office. I'm humble. I'm glad that you could do me such an honor. I guess we are all one family, since we are working together for the sake of our country. And I'm sure my entire team of officials here at the ministry are pleased with what you just did. I appreciate the gifts. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Everything we do here as a team, as a ministry, we believe that you are part of it. We're doing it together. The last time we couldn't use the hall because of the condition. If you notice, the renovation work is ongoing. I think the part of the group that is covering the conference room has been replaced. So beginning next week or so, what you see us doing in this conference room is that we take down the ceiling that you see up here. And what we intend to put up here when we take it down is the exact ceiling you all saw in my office. So in a couple of days, this transformation taking place in this room will reach that level. And of course, you know that as soon as the roofing is over, we start the renovation of the building this summer. And like I said before, all of you will be proud as strict holders of Africa. When you come here and see what we all try to do here together. I hope that you all had a wonderful 26. We reached out to you in the way we could. We hope that we can make it better next time. But not just giving you rice or soup can, because nobody can eat garlic, right? Really gotta go with soup. But we're not in the position to do that. I hope that we can take that into consideration when our conditions are improved. We want to speak to you about a few issues. First, in the government of Liberia, through the office of the president, has received the report of the General Auditing Commission, GAC, regarding the compliance audit of the Central Bank of Liberia, the CBL, for the fiscal years 2018 to 2023. The audit discovered very significant non-compliance matters at the CBL. The audit revealed, among other findings, that the CBL, under the administration of the current government, honor his supervision and honor his management, was not in compliance with the CBL Act of 1999 as amended and restated in 2020. Not consistent also with the Revenue Code of Liberia Act of 2011. The Public Financial Management Act, PFN, of 2009, and its regulations, amendment and restatement of the PFN Act of 2009 and 2019. The Public Procurement and Concession Act of 2005, amended and restated in 2010, and its regulation and the CBL's own policies. The audit also disclosed that the management of the CBL failed to make available to the GAC, that's the General Auditing Commission, its accounting software, which is the Microsoft Great Plains software, and the fiscal year 2023 financial statement of the CBA. For the purpose of the serious allegations of non-compliance and gross failure to perform his fiduciary responsibilities contained in the audit report, the President has hereby suspended from office without pay and with immediate effect pending the result of an investigation of the audit funding the Governor of the Central Bank of Liberia. I'm sure you are aware that 3 members of the board of the Central Bank had their tenure expired and they were replaced since July the 21st with Mr. George H. Goody as a member, Mr. Joseph Robertson as a member, and Councillor Ebenezer Gibson as a member. These 3 replaced 3 members of the board whose tenure expired. The situation at the Central Bank is considered fluid, and further determination to be made depending on available information. But as of the moment, it is the executive governor of the bank who is hereby suspended. We had our independence celebration. We had an auditor who spoke to all of us, who spoke to all of us. And we think the debate that emerged after the auditor's after the orator's presentation, Jesus Christ, what are you? It's good. It shows the pluralistic nature of our country. It shows that maybe the tenets of democracy are flourishing. The government on its part had a position. We wrote what our position was. But you see, we are a country where people listen more than they read. So for that purpose, we thought to re-echo at this press conference what our unchanged position is, for the sake of those who love to hear, in addition to the fact that the readers will read what we say. And this is what the government position was as issued by the Ministry of Information. It says, the government of Liberia has commended citizens and residents of Liberia for a peaceful, colorful, and successful celebration of our nation's 177th independence anniversary, which was celebrated under the theme, Building a New Liberia for All Liberians. The President, His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., called on all Liberians to embrace the true values of freedom and work together to provide opportunities for every Liberian to live a dignified life. The government thanks the Independence Day orator for her oration and notes that the national orator is a private citizen of Liberia. Her comments are solely hers and are protected by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. The national orator struck strong points in her speech, of which the government has taken note and will take appropriate actions where necessary, possible, and feasible. His Excellency Joseph Newman Boaka, the President, reaffirms the government's commitment to transforming Liberia as the orator urged the government, and will remain engaged with our partners to cooperate on matters of mutual interest. In the midst of all the debates, everything that has been said, that is the position of the government of Liberia. Another issue that you may have already seen because it was made public through writing, but that we have to add voice to, concerns the recent indictments. The Monrovia City Court, based upon a complaint of the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Justice and the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, issued a writ of arrest against Mr. Samuel D. Twe, former acting Minister of Justice, Mr. Stanley S. Ford, former Director General of the Financial Intelligence Agency, Mr. Moses P. Cooper, former Controller of the Financial Intelligence Agency, and Mr. Jefferson Camo, former National Security Advisor, to answer the charges of economic sabotage, theft, and or illegal disbursement and expenditure of public money, theft of property, criminal facilitation, and criminal conspiracy. The defendants had conspired and concocted an elaborate, illegal, and unlawful scheme to defraud and steal from the government of Liberia. The scheme entailed the defendants illegally authorizing the Central Bank of Liberia to transfer money to the operational accounts of the Financial Intelligence Agency, FIA, retained at the Central Bank, and then the defendants will withdraw the amount transferred for their own use and benefit. To carry out the illegal and unlawful scheme in July of 2023, defendant Jefferson Campbell, as then National Security Advisor to the former President of Liberia, illegally and unlawfully made defendant Stanley Ford, then Director General of the FIA, a member of the Joint Security of Liberia. This action was illegal and unlawful because under the National Security Reform and Intelligence Act, the Director General of the FIA is not a member of the National Security Council of Liberia, nor is he a member of the Joint Security of Liberia. Subsequently, in September of 2023, 2 months after the defendant Stanley S4 was illegally made a member of the Joint Security of Liberia, in execution of the illegal and unlawful scheme and conspiracy, defendant Yanati Twine, then acting Minister of Justice, wrote defendant Stanley Ford, informing him that the Joint Security of Liberia had received funding for its operations and that the funding will be designated for channeling, and that the FIA, will be designated for the channeling of the funds. The letter also stated that upon the availability of the funds into the account of the FRA, Defendant Stanley S4 was to release the funds to the Joint Security of Liberia. On September 8, 2023, in furtherance of the illegal and unlawful scheme and conspiracy, Defendant Samuel D. Twe, then Minister of Finance and Development Planning, wrote a letter to the Executive Governor of the CDL, authorizing and instructing the CDL to transfer the amount of LD $55,452,540 from the Government of Liberia Health and Social Security account maintained with the Central Bank to the FIA Liberian Data Operational account, also maintained at the CDL. And on September 19, 2023, in furtherance of the illegal and lawful scheme and conspiracy, Defendant Samuel Twe then again wrote another letter to the Executive Governor of the Central Bank, authorizing and instructing the CDL to transfer for the Government of Liberia account retained at the CDL to the FIA Liberian Data Operational account the amount of $999,700,000 Liberian dollars. Thus, the amount transferred to the FIA Liberian Data Operational account was a total of $1,055,152,540 Liberian dollars. On September 21st, 2023, still in furtherance of the illegal and unlawful scheme and conspiracy, Defendant Samuel D. Twe, then Minister of Finance and Development Planning, wrote another letter to the Executive Governor of the CBL, authorizing and instructing the CBL to transfer from the Government of Liberia account to the GOL Health and Social Security account, and then on to the FIA United States Data Operational account the amount of $500,000. Hence, between the period of September 8 to 21st, the total amounts that were transferred by the CBL to the Financial Intelligence Agency's operational account between with the Central Bank were $1,055,152,540 Liberian dollars and 500,000 United States dollars. On September 11, 2023, Defendant D. Moses P. Cooper withdrew from the FIA account with the CBL the amount of $55,452,540. On September 21, 2023, Defendant D. Moses P. Cooper again withdrew $187,480,000 LD. And on September 22nd, 2023, Defendant P. Moses Cooper again made two withdrawals from the FIA account. One was $350 million, and another one was $450,000. On September 25, 2023, Defendant D. Moses Cooper withdrew $10,500,000 LD. On October 4th, 2023, Defendant D. Moses Cooper again withdrew $412,500. On October 6, 2023, Defendant D. Moses P. Cooper made two withdrawals. One was $500,000, so each of them were $500,000 each. On October 17, 2023, Defendant D. Moses Cooper again withdrew $300,000 Liberian dollars. Hence, between the period of September 11, 2023 to October 17, 2023, the total amount of $1,055,152,540 $145,040 was withdrawn by Defendant D. Moses Cooper. On September 23rd, 2023, Defendant D. Moses Cooper withdrew the amount of US $500,000 from the FRA account of the Central Bank. It should be noted that the amount of $500,000 was transferred to the FRA account on September 23rd, 2023. Hence, the day the amount of $500,000 was transferred to the FRA account, it was withdrawn on the same day by Defendant D. Moses Cooper. During the investigation, the defendant failed to state the members of the Joint Security of Liberia that withdrew funds returned over to, and how much each agency of the Joint Security received. With the exception of Mr. Samuel D. 12, former Minister of Finance and Development Planning, all persons of interest in connection with the matter were invited by the LACC. The interview gave statement in relation to their role involvement, or those invited were advised of their rights. And I want to close on this matter with this. The reaction we have seen to of it caught the government's attention. One, that this intervention is a witch hunt. You all saw the drama that unfolded with the constitution of the LACC. Almost toward the end of the administration, the new commissioners were named. So all the folks at the LACC whose work led to this indictment were now appointed by President Buhari. They were appointed by the former president. So where does the question of witch hunt fit? If there's witch hunt, then the suggestion that people they appointed witch hunt. But we want to take the LACC for trying to live above the fray, because that's what our country needs. It does not matter who appoints you. But when you have a piece of work to do it without fear and favor. And I want to be on record here as a spokesperson of the government that I think in this matter, the LACC have lived up to their responsibility. They have lived above the suspicion that others had that they will not do the needful when these things come up because of who appointed them. I guess they've proven the public wrong. If there's anybody who disagree, found. The second argument that I want to quickly pay attention to also is, especially in reaction to a reaction that was made by Samuel Twe on Facebook. When you reminded us that rather than talking about what happened during the 12-year term of President Selig, we have left it and we're focusing on the last 6 years of President Weah. Well, Mr. Twe and his team were here for 6 years. If they sincerely believe that in the last 12 years of the Earning administration that they took over from did something, let's stop them in 6 years from bringing those people to vote. That they don't expect, for us as a government, when we found probable cause for anybody who may have committed something in the past, and there's no statute of limitation, we'll do the needful. But the point is, you are here for 6 years. You governed the country for 6 years. You believe that wrong things took place in the last 12 years. Why didn't you take the appropriate action that was needed to bring justice to the Liberian people? So those two defenses that have come out so far, they lack every bearing. Because how can your own people you appointed be accused of witch hunting? Come to the CBL stuff, for example. That's why who is the Auditor General was appointed by the former government. It is his audit report that has led to the action of the Central Bank. Again, when someone say, well, which one? I think these public servants or public officials are standing up, resolved to do the right thing, void of connection to individuals and political institutions. And I sincerely believe that this is good for the country. And to end this agenda, they will be concluded in a court of law. Accusations can be made based on what prosecutors believe are strong evidence. And the court will resolve the matter. But we believe that the Walker administration ran for public office on account of holding people who betray the public trust accountable. We've seen that there are people who don't have simple patience. When you want to run government, you got to do the right thing. The administration has been here for 6 months. And some were already making conclusions that the government was failing in its pledge to hold people accountable. But from what you see, the government was simply allowing those who have those responsibilities under the law to do their work. And I think that's the way to go. You don't want to dance to the public's anticipation. The public wants it to be done immediately. You want to please them, you do it, and you do it wrongly. Give the people who have got the authority to do the things they're supposed to do the time. If in their view they got to take 1 year to gather the information, the evidence they need, then so be it. There's a common saying that all of us do. The shortcut killed deer. We don't want our people who are helping us to do the right thing take shortcut. So that be patient with them as they do their job, so that when they do it properly. I want to thank you for your attention.
Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism Minister Jerry Lemepia has just addressed several issues.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mika press briefing.
Listen to the minister laying out very objectively the position of the government and action that the president has taken effective the Central Bank of Liberia, an indictment by the state against certain individuals as staying accused for various crimes, including economic sabotage, criminal facilitation. We will now provide you the opportunity to put your question to the minister. I see your colleague already in the queue. So we'll take, as usual, we'll take 4 questions at a time, and the minister will respond. Proceed.
Please introduce yourself and the institution you work for.
Thank you so much. My name is George Mungo, and I report for KC Liberia. Mr. Minister, thank you for the presentation, and we much appreciate the Waka Kunle administration for bringing to fruition the saying that says there will be no business as usual. Mr. Minister, I remember in this very hall, you told the Liberian people that this administration will now stay here to see Liberia become a lauded place. With that said, what say the government relative to 20 remarks by one of your deputy minister, the deputy minister for urban affairs at the internal affairs, Mark Jabate, to Representative Yeke Koruba? Thank you.
Assistant Minister. Deputy.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. My name is True Confirmation for Spoon. 2 quick concerns. You did mention about people who are saying that this venture is a witch hunt. You care to tell us whether, aside from prosecuting people who worked in the CDC government through GSC reports, there are other GSC reports on the book who that
did not meet the statute of limitation 10 years, beginning from 2015, 2016. Is there any plan to pursue those other cases from the previous administration? That's one. And secondly, the former finance minister is currently out of the country. Does the government, have any plan in working out modality to return the finance minister to the country for prosecution, maybe through Interpol or whatever means?
So thank you. My name is Manuel Pomela from Skyway. So my question is actually about the auditor's statement. She actually mentioned that America is taking more than what it put in, especially in Liberia. So many believe that this statement will actually or have brought backwards between Liberia and the US. What would you like to tell people who have the perception of this belief? Thank you.
My name is Samson Mosireri, and I report for Online Power. Mr. Minister, my question is there any plan to launch another audit from 2006 to 2017?
So that's all the question from the day.
Let's start with the last question. We don't launch audits. Institutions that are responsible for investigation and auditing they exist. They have their plans. And it's their work by law, so they do their work. It is not our responsibility to instruct them and say, go do audit from this time, go do audit from this time. They do their job. And of course, GNC has always been auditing. When the past government left the key to power, they made separate audit report on the board. Maybe you need to find out from them why no action was taken. Because audit reports are not necessarily an indication of somebody that committed crime. That's the reason why when you have audit reports, they are examined by lawyers, they are examined by prosecutors to find out whether they have strong evidences from those reports that can lead to indictment. That's how it works. And like I said to you, after that 12 years, we were in the company for 6 years. The person who talk about marriage, but generally should be very informed people. You say a couple of things that were not true. And so generally you should not be saying things that are not true. Marriage, one, is not a deputy minister anyway. And I thought journalists should know that. Number two, it's no secret. I say you are a journalist who is far away from social media and other places. But it's been reported that the Liberia National Police today arrested Mark Jabate. How come you didn't know that as a journalist? So you're concerned about what has happened. And I pray that your concern should not be against Mark Jabate. Because there are public officials who make comments here that they will kill president, that they will do jail, they will drag somebody in the street. They will be concerned about those people conduct as well. Just as you got strong interest in what happens to Mark Jabate. I feel you're breaking over there. Okay. Finance Minister. The post you saw from the Finance Minister said he's prepared to defeat the witch hunts in court. If I should read meaning to that, it means he's ready to come and face his accusers in the court of law. Because you see, when you have an indictment and you don't turn yourself in and you continue to run, it's flight from the law. And the lawyer said, flight from the law is an admission of guilt. So you don't run away when the guy charges against you. You come and face those charges and defend yourself. Once you go, you know yourself. When you run away, the thought process is that you run away because you're guilty. And I'm sure the very educated former finance minister is aware of that, and he will act accordingly. So our position on the 26th celebration, including the auditors, the orator's presentation is what I just read. I'm not going to say anything beyond what I read. So, on that note, I'd like to thank you for showing up, and again, let me thank you for the honor done with your birthday wishes for me. I appreciate it. I'm grateful to you all. Let's keep working together. Thank you.